Hey guys, Mark Farashi, Protect Dog Training with Draco. And we've been talking about the e-collar, the Stim collar conditioning, right? Conditioning the dog into the collar. So right now we've got Draco pretty much understanding to come back to me when he hears it. Right when you say the dog's name, the button gets pushed. He's feeling tingle. As soon as he turns around towards me, the button goes away, and right away a lot of praise and reaffirmation with praise, whatever routine I got. Remember, tool's only as good as the person using it. I always break this in. Collar conditioning is critical to making sure the dog understands what this feeling is, and that you're doing it with things that he already knows. And you do it with 2 or 3 things that are very logical. First one that I do for 3-way turnoff, we're going to go through 3 of these different ones. Coming back to me, going away from me, which would be that table, right? And then we'll do one more, and we'll do the crate, which is very easy for them to understand. If he's used to being told to go to the crate, he's used to going in and saying kennel. He understands that command, and it's very easy for him to understand that the collar stimulation is going away, because right when he touches it, just like I'm doing with the table, right when he touches it, it goes away, right? Now keep in mind, this is the first step in getting a dog to be understanding the communication that we're using with this leash, with this collar. Also, it's all about frame of mind. What's your perspective? You can use it as punishment. You turn it up. This is where the controversy is coming from. People are out there that don't understand what the collar is, and they end up using it as a punishment tool. We live in a society that has buttons for everything you do. I turn the light switch on, I hit my remote, and people have a misconception, and they think of this as a punishment tool because it has electricity involved with it, okay? And so they right away have a negative attitude because of lack of education and understanding of the tool. And it's all about understanding how to condition an animal, understanding what it's all about. You should have a good understanding of classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and already have a dog that's been conditioned to do a job, and you understand how to handle that dog. And that's a professional trainer that's going to teach you that, right? If you had that much, and then you had a trainer to guide you, to help you in making sure you're using making the right decisions in using this tool, it becomes a very valuable asset, okay? There's all kinds of good trainers that can get these things, get a dog to dance with this kind of a tool. But think about this. It's only an extension of the leash if you use it my way, right? And realizing that this is a 3-dimensional tool, meaning if I only use it with 1 dimension, in the mental attitude that it's a punishment tool, I'm only going to get very small, minute ability in doing it. I'm only going to use that thing for dog getting in the trash, maybe a dog that jumps over a fence and gets it. If I time it right, the dog will end up getting a correction. Those are applicable, but if you use it in those contexts, it's not as advantageous. Nope, get over here. Up, down. Okay, now you heard a yelp because I gave him a good correction. He broke his down. He's being corrected for it. My attitude, more important, more than anything else, the correction was done and over with no emotion. Very important. Okay, good boy, down, stay. And I'm going to kind of try to set this up anyway. I'm yakking to you guys, so now I'm going to have my third eye on him, just like Mom. How do you know that Mom always seemed to correct you coming out of the blue? You'd be doing something and Mom would come out of nowhere and boom, you'd get corrected for it. How did she know that? She learned to have a third eye. So that's what's important. So right now we're going to have a third eye on him. All right, so back to the collar. Very important that it's used properly and that you understand the full ability to condition an animal. This is only an extension of a leash. But if you don't know what you're doing and you don't understand classical condition, operant condition, and understand really how a dog is conditioned, this is not a tool for you. You don't just go down and buy this tool off the shelf because you don't know what you're doing. And you're going to end up screwing the dog up. You're going to use it improperly, and that's not fair to the animal, right? That's the key with being a balanced dog trainer. Yes, we use correction. Yes, we correct an animal, but we understand when that correction is needed, and we set up routine and pattern that's going to be conducive to the dog learning something from it. If you're doing it without the dog learning and all you're doing is hitting this button and that behavior comes in, that human side of human, you shouldn't have a tool like this. And that's where the controversy is coming nowadays, because all these people are, some of the big wig trainer just came out, and I did a video on it that was negative about this, and his point of view is that everybody's using it, right? You'll end up having this tool. It's so valuable of a tool. It's so valuable. I can use it in a myriad of different ways for all kinds of different behaviors. And in the right hands, this thing is a godsend, right? It's only an extension of a leash though. I have a full communication baseboard with this dog before I ever use this collar. So let's show you a little bit of that. He's going home in a few weeks. Yep, good boy, you good boy. Good. Draco, good. Yep, good boy, good. He understands explosion leash. I'm going to go ahead and use the collar to do the send away. He hasn't done many of these. He's been doing the come back. Draco, Good boy. Draco. Good boy. Good. Now, notice him being confused because I did it yesterday where I was sending him away. So now he's already got that pattern in his head. So now what I'm going to do is mix it up. Draco's going to end up becoming a here or a come or whatever until I get going here. Good boy. And we're down at a 4 where he's feeling it. So we're going to keep it at a 4. I might raise it to 1 more. Good boy, Draco. Good. Draco. Yep. Good. I didn't hit the button at all that time, guys. I wish I had a squawk box. Yep. So you could hear it. But there's times that you start doing it where he starts to understand what the collar means, and you start teaching him he can avoid the correction altogether when he does the right thing. Now he's learning that he really gets to win, right? Good boy. Draco. Hup. Good boy. Good. Right when he touches the table, the stimulation goes away. When I said his name, I didn't even say his name that time. I just said hup. So I started the button right when I said hup because it was going to be a couple jumps before he got there. Yep. Good boy. Good boy, Draco. Good. But I'm trying to still teach him the 3-way turnoff. Notice he's doing the behavior without even being asked at this point, which is fine. Good boy, Draco. And I forgot my ball. I got to have my ball so we get to the positive side and we go to ball play, huh? Yeah. But I'm liking what I'm seeing because he's starting to understand that stimulation means something. And notice it's so low that he feels it, but he's not yelping, he's not vocalizing. He'll learn what that stimulation means. It's only a communication tool. It's an extension of your leash. Draco, I see. I see. He's an English dog. Sit. Sit. Yes. Good boy. Good. I might go through German. We'll cycle through German and French, all my other words, until I get to the right one for this dog. Good boy, Draco. Good. Good boy, Draco. Good boy, Draco. Good boy. Draco. Up. Yay, good boy. No button on that one at all, right? And down. Good. It's only an extension of the leash. Why should I even push the button once he starts to understand the concepts? The first thing is collar conditioning, to teach him the concepts. That it goes on when he gets told something, that when he complies, the stimulation goes away. And when he starts getting that, you're giving the power to the dog, and you should see dogs. They'll go through a whole mental thing, and they'll get to a process where they're really happy. Have you ever seen a child that's in wonder at the world, and they're 2, 3, or 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and they're starting to find things out in their environment, and all of a sudden one day, they hit the light switch, and the light goes on, they go, oh, girl! And pretty soon, before you know it, they're hitting that light switch up and down. They're on a high because of a new thing in their life. You're doing the same thing with him. Pretty soon he says, oh, this is the answer, and boom, the dog's attitude goes way up. He gets all stoked about it. As long as you're consistent and keep that same mental attitude about how you work him, he's going to get into it, he's going to get high. It's psychology is all it is. And pretty soon he's working to work and finding enjoyment out of it because he's doing the right things because you've got the conditioning, right? Draco, yep, yeah, good boy, good, all right, good boy, good. Draco, hup, good boy, yay, good boy. That time the button was there. It was on a 5, which means he felt it a little bit more, but at the same time, he won right when he touched that table. And so again, his mental attitude's going through this process, he's processing this, and now we're gonna do one more turn off. It won't be today, but we'll be sending him to those plastic crates, the kennel. And I'll put it out here and we'll do the same thing, but it's one more of going away, right? And right when he touches that surface, the stimulation will go away. This is collar conditioning. This is our first thing we want to do with the dog. There's a whole myriad of things to be able to use it for after the dog understands the communication coming from the collar, right? That's all we're trying to do. We're setting, it's our dog psychology, and we're setting in our communication with the animal. Good. Draco, up. No collar on that one. Draco, down. Good, stay. I'm gonna go get a ball so we can play with it and we're gonna be done. All right, Mark Farashi, ProTech Dog Training, signing off, short and sweet for this one. And we'll be coming back with this a little bit more. We're gonna talk about this a little bit more because I'm on a mission to try to educate, to try to teach in regards to a stim collar that this is getting so negatized. There's a bunch of people coming from the purely positive, coming from people that think they know what they're doing, that do not advocate any type of adversity, any type of pressure, any type of adversity in the training. All animals on God's green earth learn the same way. okay? We all learn from consequences, either positive or negative, okay? And this is what it's all about. And the dog learns to understand it and becomes high on that, and then you get a tool that you can use. And now this will be in my tool bag. You should see Buddy. When I take him out and work with this, Buddy's right on it. He understands the communication baseboard and the tool that I've got to use. All right, Mark Fresh, Protect Dog Training, signing off. Have a good day. And Draco.